Now, whenever you're using Cavilon no sting barrier film, the first thing you want to do is cleanse the skin gently but thoroughly and then pat it dry. First, using our 1 milliliter wipe applicator, we're going to apply to the skin, and you want to apply it onto the skin and wipe it on in nice even strokes, covering the entire area of concern that you're trying to protect. It's very similar when you're using the 3 milliliter wand applicator. Again, paint it on in nice even strokes. And the reason you do that is for optimal fast drying, so you get a nice non-sticky finish. What you don't want to do is move back and forth applying wet film over wet film. The 3 milliliter wand applicator has quite a bit more fluid in it, and so generally you're going to be using this over larger areas of application. Again, remembering it covers about a 25 by 25 centimeter area, but the principle is the same. You're again just going to want to paint it onto the skin in nice even strokes, allowing that area to dry, moving to the next area. Now, when you're using the spray bottle, what you want to do is first remove the cap, and once the cap is off, the contents of the bottle are considered no longer sterile. So first, locate the nozzle opening, and you want to aim that towards the affected area where you're going to spray. You want to hold the bottle about 4 to 6 inches away from the skin. Now, sometimes, especially the first use of the product, when you first opened a bottle, you may need to prime the bottle a couple of times with a couple of pumps to get it started. Once you've done that, again, holding about 4 to 6 inches away from the skin, you're going to want to spray, cover that area, then move to the next area that needs coverage, and so on, just as we described with the wipes. Now, just a couple of application tips. If you miss an area, wait until the film is completely dried and then apply to that area that was missed. Another application tip: if the skin is going to be exposed to extremely caustic or corrosive irritants such as liquid feces or gastric fluid, you may apply a second coat once the first coat has dried completely. And last, if you're applying in skin folds, for example, between the buttocks, under the breast, under an abdominal fold, or in the groin fold, you want to hold that skin or fold apart until the film has been applied and until it's completely dry. And then once it's completely dry, then you can allow the skin to relax back into its original position. Okay, lastly, we have a couple of important contraindications. Cavilon no sting barrier film is not intended and is not to be used as the only covering in situations that require dressing protection. So, for example, IV therapy catheter sites or fuller partial thickness wounds where a dressing is really required to protect and cover that site. Cavilon no sting barrier film is also not intended to be used on infected areas of the skin, and this includes areas that may be infected with a yeast infection.